Zaina Juliette. Zigga zigga see? You know me. Real as economy.
I'm gonna make you smile.
And now, here's Zaina.
Ow! Zigga zigga zee.
Join me in my gumbo of entertainment. I'm Zaina Juliette.
Thank you for joining me. You're watching Zaina Juliette and Friends, and today is that day where we are going to continue our special highlighting classic entertainers from the past. And today is going to be really, really cool because I'm going to show some clips from a previous guest that I had that was very dear to me and a wonderful friend. And recently he went to heaven, and he is one of the most amazing entertainers in the world. He is known in the music, film, and television industry as an icon. His name is David Winters. And David sat here and he spent some time with me, and I spent a day with David, and we spoke about so many great things and so many wonderful entertainers. You must see it. Go to my website, zainajuliette.tv, and go to the TV show link, and you must watch this segment because there is so much to David Winters. David Winters has done so much in the film and television industry, and to all of you who don't know, he is one of the original actors in the hit Broadway musical and the film West Side Story. Now let's take your mind off of all the madness that's going on in the world, and let's just think about something else. Let's just think about entertainment. Let's take your mind back to another time. Let me make you smile again today. So let's look back at a film clip, 1939, entitled The Little Princess, starring little Shirley Temple. Boy, I love Shirley Temple. The story is about a little girl who was left by her father in an exclusive seminary for girls because her dad had to go to Africa and fight in a war. Let's take a look at this.
Don't go yet, lad. Give us a song.
Yes, give us a song, Bertie. How about it, dear? Shall we sing them a song to cheer them up? Our old specialty, what?
Not today, Mr. Birdie.
Oh, come on, darling. Let's try and forget our own troubles and do something for these lads, shall we?
All right, I'll try.
Oh, you darling. What about the old Kent Road?
That's the one. Mackie'll play it for you. Have a go at it, Mac.
Every evening at the stroke of 5, me and the missus takes a little drive. You sigh, oh wonderful, they're still alive.
If you saw that little donkey go, when we start, the blessed donkey stops. He won't move, so I quickly ops. Pals start a wagon, and when down he drops. Someone says he wasn't mine to go. A water and tea, all the neighbors cry. Who's you gonna meet, Bill? Have you bought the street, Bill? Laura, I thought I should have died. I'm not in the old Kent Road.
To meet Bill, and you hold the street, Bill, law. I thought I should have died, knocked him in the old Kent Road.
I've always admired Shirley Temple. When I was a little girl, I was watching her classic movies, and to see her dance and perform, she is one of the girls, one of the very few people on the planet other than David Winters that inspired me to become an entertainer. You know, you have those entertainers such as Shirley Temple, Michael Jackson. This is one many people have not heard about. And he was a child prodigy. He began playing piano by ear at the early age of 2 years old. That's where it all starts, around 2 to 5 years old. Frankie Robinson from Detroit, the youngest of 7 children. He has amazing skills as a performer. You know, he's one of those kids that they would say he's an old soul, or you've been here before. Take a look at this clip and you'll see why. This is why I believe he's an old soul. Would you believe his parents were not even musicians? He was the only one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To keep in shape, you boogie all the time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake your bones and join in on the fun. Well, I feel real good and I wanna flap my cap. I'm a real cool cat, but I wanna slap my trap. But my mommy says it's time to take my nap. Yes, my mommy says it's time to take my nap. I better take it.
To know more about David Winters, but I cannot sit here and tell you all the things that David has done because we would be here for maybe 5 or 6 days. But I suggest you pick up his book. There are some interesting stories in this book behind the scenes with some of the biggest stars in Hollywood and around the world. This is no joke. And this book is entitled Tough Guys Do Dance, and you can get it on Amazon, as it is one of Amazon's top best sellers. If you look closely at the book, you'll see all these names as the background of the book. And those are just a few of the people in Hollywood that he has worked with. He has worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood and around the world. No joke. I could tell you, from Lucille Ball, Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, you name it, the Monkees. He's done it all. And I was very, very honored to have him on my show because we think alike and we both have the same type of love for the arts as dancers, as singers, and actors. And David inspires me, and he was one of my idols, as you can see. And I am also a big fan of West Side Story. So don't forget, you must get this book, Tough Guys Do Dance. Wow, there's so much in this book, so many things and secrets of David working behind the scenes and all these amazing people that he's worked with. You have got to read these stories. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. So let's go and take a look now at some of David Winters' work. In so many movies and so many films, produced, directed, and as an actor, it's mind-boggling. Most people can't even come close to your resume and the credits that you have. Let's tell the audience about you and your beginnings, where it all started.
Well, my mother was a dancer, professional dancer from 15 to 88. And she said to me, David, when you were 2 years old, you used to dance. And you did steps that I never taught you anything, but you did very complicated steps. And I said, well, Mom, you know, your genes and came through you. She said, well, maybe it came through me, David, but your talent is God-given.
Yes.
It came from God. She said, don't ever forget that. So at a young age, I mean, I didn't know it, of course, when I was 2 years old, but years later, she told me that story.
My guest today has directed and produced over 80 features and also over 200 television shows and television movies. He is a true legend. He is a true icon.
Something epic. It's coming.
Cool it, A-Rob. Cool it.
It is no secret that two of my most favorite dancers from all of my favorites are the Nicholas brothers. And my first episode, when I decided to spotlight classic entertainers, I showed the Nicholas brothers. I can't get enough watching them dance. So I'm going to show the Nicholas brothers again, but this time, it has been colorized. The clip has actually been colorized. It is beautiful to see, and it brings it more to life. This is the Nicholas brothers and Calloway, another one of my favorites of all the favorites, in the film Stormy Weather. This is probably one of their most incredible dance numbers. Watch the moves. You may want to pause sometime and rewind and look at the feet, but watch the moves.
Hip hip. The Jim Jam jump is a solid jive. Makes you 9 foot tall when you're 4'5". Hip hip. Hip hip. Now don't you be that inkaroo. Get hip, come on, and then you follow through. You get your study full. You make up the jaunty jump like the Gators do. Jim Jam jump is a jumpin' jive. Makes you like your eggs on the Jersey side. Hip hip. Hip hip, the Jim Jam jumpin' jive makes you hep hep on the Mahala side. Dibbly-boodly-boodly. diggity bang, 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 tang, da da. Now I've told you about the jumping jive. Jim Jam, jump the jumping jive. You got to dig this mellow jive, yes, yes. You're digging on the mellow side. A boodly, boodly, boodly boy. A boodly, boodly boy. A boodly, boodly gay. Boodly, boodly gaga. A boodly time, boy, coin, ticka, kind, the bomb, bomb, see the light, the pot.
Next, more on David Winters. David Winters began dancing at the early age of 2 years old. When he came to New York City from London, England, where he was born, he became a big star. Industry professionals and producers, some of the biggest names in the industry, all wanted to work with this young kid. And I tell you, he lit up the screen and he lit up Broadway. There's so much more to David Winters.
I did Elvis. I did 4 movies with Elvis. I did Viva Las Vegas, Tickle Me, Girl Happy, and Easy Come Easy Go with El. I call him El. He's my buddy, and I call him El, or I called him El.
Right.
I just can't remember
and you
all
work
of them.
with Frank Sinatra?
I work with Frank Sinatra.
Another film that my friend David Winters has worked on
is entitled Viva Las Vegas.
In this film, David choreographed this dance number with Elvis Presley and Anne Margaret. This is so cool, man. Check out this clip.
My baby loves me. My baby loves me. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with the long-hand music like from Beethoven and Bach. I was raised with a guitar in my hand, and I was born to rock. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the left. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the right. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. I love my baby. I love my baby. I love my baby. I love my baby. Hey. My baby loves me. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with the long-hand music that from Beethoven and Bach. But I was raised with a guitar in my hand, and I was born to rock. Yeah. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the left. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the right. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. Love my baby, love my baby, love my baby. Hey, 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 and my baby loves me. 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 I said my baby. I said my baby. Love me.
A lot of people in show business are very giving. Whenever there's a charity, they're the first people to show up and try to help. Very, very nice.
Here in Las Vegas, there is so much entertainment. It takes you back to that classic time where there was such great performances by these superstars. But here today in Las Vegas, they still honor those entertainers, perform their music and tribute their music, even portray them on stage. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley are two of those artists. But there are moments where I see so many Elvis, so many different Elvis Presleys and Michael Jacksons. And I was looking at Elvis's music and videos because I really, really admire Elvis. I almost lost the vision of the real Elvis because there are so many different type of Elvises in Las Vegas.
This is probably the greatest honor that I've ever had in my life. There's not much I can say except it really makes you feel good, and we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart.
You have worked with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Tell the audience about that.
Michael Jackson is the most giving human being I've ever met in my life, honestly. When I did all of Diana Ross's shows, one day she came to me and she said, the guest on the next special that we're doing, because I worked with Diana for three years, are Muhammad Ali and Michael Jackson. So I thought, wow, that's great. My father was a boxer, and I love boxing, so great. I can't wait to meet Muhammad Ali. And of course, my God, Michael Jackson. Yes. So Michael comes on set, and Diana says, David, this is Michael. Michael, this is David. And Michael says, oh, I know David. Very interesting, of course, being with Michael. But what was most interesting was his generosity and his giving. And as I say, we would land in a city, and before he went and checked in the hotel, before we checked in, he would go right to the hospital. The hospital did unannounced, and he would go to the children's ward, incurable diseases, and take pictures with them and sign autographs with them.
Wow.
And when he had finished doing that, and everybody was so the kids went crazy. I asked one of the nurses to join us and his secretary, and he'd say, tell my secretary what you need here to keep these kids feeling better, or make them feel good, or save their lives, you know. While they're here with us, let's try and do something. So please give her whatever machinery that you know exists that you do not have in this hospital. And so we did that at one hospital. And then about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we would go to another hospital.
Yes.
And he's got a show to do. He has to leave at 4 o'clock to do the show for 110,000 people in the stadium every night. And we did this for 6 nights in a row, 6 days in a row. And we go to the second hospital, exactly the same thing. So we go up to his suite, and the first thing he does is he gets on the phone, and he says, you take this down, this order, and you buy it, and do not tell anybody who paid for it. You give this anonymously to this hospital. Well, I saw him give away $10 million in 1 week anonymously. to those kids. Yeah.
$10 million.
Absolutely. That's hard cash. God knows.
And no one knows about this.
Nobody knows
You're
about
hearing
it.
it right now.
Nobody knows about it. I was the only person with him.
From David Winters. Yes.
Yes. So Michael is in my book as the most giving, wonderful, wonderful human being. He felt that he never had a childhood, so he wanted to be a child.
Yes.
And so he reached out to
wanted
these
to enjoy
kids.
all the fun things. And that is the true Michael Jackson. That is the
That
real
is-
story.
That is Michael.
And not all the negative things that you've heard on television.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
all that was not real.
No, that's to sell newspapers. That's what that
that's
is.
to sell.
Magazines. This
Yes.
is the real
real Michael.
the real deal Holyfield.
Yes.
This is him.
Yes.